Welcome to the Vue Diagram tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to group nodes and connectors in the Syncfusion Vue Diagram component. You will learn how to group them programmatically and dynamically. I will also show you how to add annotations to a group, update the group, and create a nested group. First, I open my Vue application, to which I have added a diagram component with 2 nodes and a connector. To learn more about integrating the diagram component into a Vue application, please check the Getting Started video linked in the card above and the description below. Let me run this application using the npm run dev command. The diagram canvas renders the nodes with its connector. Next, I will show you how to group these 2 nodes and the connector. In the Nodes collection, I add a new node object with ID group1. Then, define a children property with a collection that contains node IDs and the connector ID as string values. For better visibility, add padding property and set 20 pixels for all directions. Define the style property, setting the fill property to orange, so that the grouped items will be filled with a different background color. Set the stroke color to black and stroke width to 2. Looking here, the 2 nodes in the connector are grouped. Next, I'll show you how to programmatically add a group node at runtime using the mounted function. First, in the diagram component, I add the ref attribute and assign diagram object. This is done to access the diagram component directly from the script. Within the script tag, I declare a diagram instance variable. In the export default statement, I use the mounted function and define the diagram instance by accessing the $refs object, and I assign the diagram objects, e.g. 2 instances. Using this diagram instance, I can access the diagram component related properties. To group nodes programmatically at runtime, I use the diagram instance and call the add method to pass the group node object. In the nodes collection, remove the group node object and create a new group variable holding an object to pass as an argument to the diagram instance's add method. In the add method, pass the group object as an argument. You can also utilize this statement in any event, such as a button component's click, to dynamically group any element at runtime. In the diagram canvas, you can see the nodes and the connector are grouped programmatically at runtime. Next, I will show you how to dynamically add a node to the existing group with a button click. To demonstrate this, in the Nodes collection, I add another node with ID, position, dimension, and annotation to node 3. Here, I am going to use the Syncfusion Vue button component to perform click operations. So I install the Syncfusion ej2 Vue buttons package by running the npm install @syncfusion ej2 Vue buttons command. The installation is now complete. In the app component, import the button component and define it in the component's property with a name. In the template, add a division tag and set a class name for better alignment. Within it, add the vuejs button tag and set the content to add child node to group. Set a class name for alignment. Add the click directive and assign an event handler. Use the method's property to implement the add child node to group method. Within it, use the diagram instance and call the add child to group method by passing the group variable and the string value, node 3, the ID of the third node. Similarly, I can pass the group object and the node name to remove the child node from the group using the remove child from group method. In the style tag, import the ej2 Vue buttons styles and implement the division tag class style to align left and set the margin at the bottom. Implement the button class style for the right margin. In the diagram canvas, you can see that the two nodes in the connector are already grouped. The third node exists but has not been added to the group. When I click the Add Child Node to Group button, you can see the third node added to the existing group. Dragging the group moves all the nodes in the connector. Next, let me show you how to dynamically ungroup the nodes in the connector using a button click. In the template, add another button with the content unGroup. Set the click event callback method name to unGroup. In the methods property, implement the unGroup method, and within it, using the diagram instance, call the unGroup method. I select the group first and click this unGroup button. The two nodes in their connector are ungrouped. Now, before moving to the next topic, let me add two more connectors to connect the third node with the other two nodes. In the connectors collection, add two more connector objects with the appropriate source and target node IDs. Then, in the group variables children property, add the two new connector IDs and the node 3 ID so that they can be added to the group. Next, let me show you how to customize the group. I add another button with a content update group. I change this click event callback method to update group. In the methods property, implement the update group method. Within it, I update the position of the group node by providing its index to the nodes collection and setting the offset X property to 300 pixels and offset Y property to 300. Checking now, when I click the update group button, the position of the group is changed. In the same way, you can update any property of the group node dynamically. You can add annotations to the group by double-clicking it. Let's see how to add an annotation to the group node programmatically. In the group variable, define the annotations property with the content group node. Now you can see that the annotation has been added to the group programmatically. You can drag and drop the group node anywhere in the diagram canvas. You can also resize and rotate the group. When I click any node in the group, the entire group is selected instead of just that node. To select that node, I have to click one more time after the group is selected, as selection happens from the group's parent to its children. Finally, I will show you how to create a nested group. Let me create a new node with ID node 4, offset Y to 370, and an annotation node 4. I will create a new group by adding this newly created node and the existing group. So I copy-paste the group variable, change its name to nested group, an ID to nested group 1. Change the children's collection with the string value group 1 and node 4 so that the group and the newly created node will be grouped as nested elements. Change the fill color to blue to differentiate the parent group from the nested group. Change the content to nested group node. In the mounted function, use the diagram instance's add method and pass the nested group variable as an argument. You can see the group is nested with the newly created node as a new group. In this video, you have seen how to create a group and add child nodes and connectors to it in the Syncfusion Vue Diagram. You have also seen how to update and add annotations to the group and how to create a nested group. You can download the example used in this video from the GitHub link in the description below. I've also included a link to check if you're eligible for our community license, which gives you a free license key for our entire Vue suite. If you found this video useful, click the like button and subscribe to our channel to get notifications about new videos. Thanks for watching.